SoundMeFreely.
Einstein, where'd you go now, boy? Judge Brown? Doc. Nice to meet you. I'm, Bruce Springsteen. I'm, Sonny Crockett. I'm, Joe Montana. I'm, Harry Callahan. I'm, Morgan, Fairchild. Why not? Kid Tannen can tell us where Arthur's hiding. Hey, I just saw him at the soup kitchen yelling at Arthur McFly. What kind of business? Let's go talk to him. Huh? My mistake. Hey, honey, come here for a sec, boy. Hey, boy, can you find the guy who belongs to this hat? Only one way to find out. Okay, Doc, I got the drill. Now let's get you out of here. Come on, start. Doc! Too late! But Doc's not supposed to be... Paddy wagon intercepted, suspect slain. Then they're still after him. But how am I gonna rescue him now? Alright, I'm coming, Doc. uh... Einstein! Help! Hey, how you doing, Einie? It's short for Einstein. No, he's your dog, typical, neighborhood stray. Hey, Einie! At least the rocket part came out of this in one piece. Something we're looking into at the, patent office. It records voices. Sorry, it's, patent pending. I probably should avoid blowing Emmett's mind any more than absolutely necessary. Bank of Italy? Without any money, I don't really have any business in there. Gale, Zemeckis, and Fine. Attorneys at law. No solicitors. Hello? I better not. Those lawyers sound kind of nasty. Lamont's House of Ermine. I guess there's not much call for fur coats in the middle of the Depression, especially in June. I guess this is where the speakeasy burned down. Just think, in 55 years I'll be able to rent 5-year-old movies on this spot. Josephine's Discount Jewelry. Hill Valley Stationers. Wow, this place has been around forever. No. I don't need anything in there, and I don't have any money. Baines and Baines, a quality barbershop. I better not go back in there. They're angry, and they've got scissors. Majestic Arms. Transients welcome. I'm not so sure I want to stay in a place that welcomes transients. Sisters of Mercy Soup Kitchen. Come for the soup, stay for the salvation. Hill Valley Police Station. Cripes, this place looks old, even for 1931. Can I talk to, Carl Sagan? No? I think I'll just talk to Doc from out here. I don't need to go in there anymore. According to the newspaper, Doc's not in the courthouse. He's in jail. Emmett might be in there, but I should head over to the soup kitchen and call the Browns to make sure. Nice bike. Huffy? Never mind. Looks pretty sturdy. For a girl's bike. There's no way Edna's bike is going to be fast enough to catch up with that paddy wagon. Or is there? Hey, can I get some moose? District Attorney Brown? Michael, Corleone. What the hell is that? Emmett! Emmett! Where'd you learn how to move like that? Get out! Hey, kid! I better not talk to him. I don't want to mess up his timeline. No way! I worked too hard to get it. I don't think it's her style. Doc! I'm off to get the rocket drill. I don't think they're in a talkative mood right now. How'd Doc ever get mixed up in that? I wonder who really burned down the speakeasy. Wow, looks like they used a real shark. There's a lot of stairs. Mind if I take a look? Rebuilt in February 1932. So the fire must have happened before then. But when? I need a date. Man, these are powerful. I could see Biff going into the video store. Hey, there's Jennifer's mom coming out of the market. Man, you can see everything in the town square through these, can't you? Miss Strickland, about your tea. You forgot to turn on the... That tea's never gonna boil. Man, she keeps it hot in here. Juveniles collide with manure truck. Nice picture. Wednesday, November 9th, 1955. I don't think that's the date. No speakeasies in the 50s. Firm announces plans for Lone Pine Mall. Peabody Ranch to be rezoned for commercial development. This doesn't help. Here we go. Speakeasy arsonist slain. Legal procedure gave way to old-fashioned vengeance last night when a mob descended on the Hill Valley Police Station. The suspect in the Speakeasy arson case, a drifter known as Carl Sagan, was pulled from his... Carl Sagan? It's Doc! Killed by a mob. What's the date? June 14th, 1931. Jeez, I gotta rescue him. Sorry, Miss Strickland. Let me... Einstein, no, come on! No, but... Huh. Looks like the clock tower repairs have stalled out again. Okay. Miss Pretty Whiskers? Is that Vice Principal Strickland? That's not how I remember it. Marshall Strickland. Jeez, they all look like they've got sticks up there. Nothing. Would you mind if I stepped out for a minute? I just remembered a video I've got to return. But I guess I'm stuck here for a while. I can't leave now. Miss Strickland's my only hope of finding Doc. I'm not leaving until I find Doc somewhere in those newspapers. I think I'd better say this for Doc. Brown Mansion destroyed. 1962. No, that's not where Doc's stranded. Clint Eastwood plunges to death on runaway train. October 28th, 1985. Authorities still mystified by mall shootout. Too far back. Not even close. Let's see. Ground broken on site of former speakeasy. Singer vanishes. Hill Valley Expo delights crowd. Soup kitchen exposed. Nothing. I don't need to fake a tea whistle while she's in the kitchen. Hey, mind if I use your binoculars for a sec? What are these? Cat Lovers Quarterly? I didn't even know they gave out trophies for Best Litter Columnist. Stop looking at me. I don't even know where to start looking for clues in these stacks. Wish I could narrow it down to a year at least. Alright, Einstein brought me this shoe, and Miss Strickland lost the shoe on the day the speakeasy burned down. But when did the speakeasy burn down? I at least need to know the year. If there's a clue to find a Doc out there, I'm not seeing it. I don't even know where to start looking. I wish I knew which one used to be a speakeasy. Einstein brought me that shoe from the past. But when in the past? Miss Strickland lost that shoe the day the speakeasy burned down. But when was that? Miss Strickland lost that shoe on the day the speakeasy burned down, and I know that was sometime in 1932. But I've got to get more specific than that if I'm going to find Doc. Merv's got Charo on tonight. The candy looks older than I am. Biff? Pretty neat, Doc. Excuse me. Could I have a bowl of soup? Nope. I'm still not getting through here. But at least those tables are propped up now. There's no way I'm gonna keep that door open without some help. Hi. Do you know where I could find Emmett Brown? The courthouse. Doc never told me he worked at the courthouse. The kitchen? Whoa! I don't think I'll be doing that again. Nice rack. It's kind of blocked off there, isn't it? What are those tables for? Could you move them out of the way? I hope Doc Jr.'s thingamabob holds out. Cheery. Those who once ate delicacies are destitute in the street. For we were born only yesterday and know nothing, and our days on earth are but a shadow. Actually, I won't be born for about 40 years. Eli should mind his own business. Eli thought she was drunk and said to her, "How long will you keep on getting drunk? Get rid of your wine." Heavy. Like a thorn bush in a drunkard's hand is a proverb in the mouth of a fool. Lazy hands make a man poor, but diligent hands bring wealth. Maybe that's my problem. Lazy hands. Hey, buddy, can you spare a dime? Hey, could I borrow another dime? Grandpa? Hey, aren't you... Looks like these pipes go into the basement. Maybe I should go to the jail and talk to Doc before I start dialing random people in 1931. Edna picked up the barrel of hooch. Now all I have to do is to get it from her somehow. Hey, never mind. Huh, deja vu. Thanks for bringing us here, boy. We'll take it from here. We'll take it from here. Shh, I know! No? Oh, right. Arthur McFly? Got something for you. I'm throwing the subpoena. I have to hand the subpoena to Arthur, not throw it. Hey! Arthur. Maybe I should have led with the subpoena. I don't think Arthur would respond to that recording. He only listens to Tannen. I don't need to push it again. Arthur's already there. Excuse me. I'll give it back to him after I give him the subpoena. I already did that. That's how we got here. Doc! The throttle! Ah! Ah! Oh! Ah! Doc! Are you okay? Did you know that would happen? So, what do we do now? Uh, Doc? No, but I think we've got bigger problems right now. They're locked! What's he doing here? Ah! Stand back, Doc! That's the idea! How many bullets has he got in that thing? Don't worry, Doc, I'll get you out. How you doing, Doc? Lucky he's such a bad shot, huh? I got the gun! What now? Doc! Why couldn't your younger self have built us a hoverboard? So what do we do now? Got any ideas? Ah! Whoa! Ah! Ah! You're still in danger, Doc. I've got to get you out of here. I said you're still in danger. I can't break the lock. Kid Tannen's driving the truck. I'll be back. The keys are on the dashboard, but I can't reach them. What? I need a distraction. They won't budge. Can you distract them again? The keys. But how do I get them? But the window's shut tight. No good. The window's shut. Gotta set up a distraction. I gotta keep him from looking my way. If only he'd keep his eyes off the road. Phew. Thanks, Doc. I guess that's why they call you the Streak. I have my sources. Doc! What's happening? How's this supposed to lead me to Doc, Einie? Einstein, come on! Sorry, Einstein. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Starbase 0. A1 liquor. I guess there's time for a quick game. Doc's waiting for me somewhere in the past, and I've run out of quarters. Okay, now I'm ready. On second thought, I don't really want to go in there. What kind of trouble is Doc in, Einie? It's, private. What do you say, boy? I hope Jimmy's fixed the wild gunman machine. I like the new bars Mr. Figgins put on the windows. Very secure. Why couldn't Doc have invented a dog translator? It's locked. And I can take it and go. No time. The last train for DC leaves in just a few minutes. Exactly. I lied to you, but I didn't want to. It was the only way I can get you to trust me. See, there's somebody who's in big trouble. Someone very important to me, to both of us. I can't tell you who, but I need to save him tonight, and I need your invention to do it. I'll get it back to you, I promise. And Emmett, you're gonna be a great inventor. Oh, in about, I'd say, I can't. Emmett, I'm not from the patent office. Are you sure this is gonna work, Emmett? That's great. How? So? Oh. 10 to the... What? Can't we just start over after he's gone? But... Cool. I guess that's the rocket-powered drill. I bet that's the spectacular failure that Doc's gonna show off at the expo. Are you okay? You and your dad sounded... What? I'll get it back to you, I promise. And, Emmett... Dad! Are we too late to stop the... That's Doc's stuff. The city has no right to... It's just not fair. But at least things can't get any worse. Hi, Biff. Buried treasure. The notebook. Nothing. I forgot to get Doc's notebook out of here. Sale? Biff. Can I see that a minute? Biff? The model courthouse, of course. Give it here, Biff. It's none of your business. Doc asked me to... Hey, Dad, why's my guitar got a price tag on it? It took me forever to repair this thing after I blew it out last time, and now some jerk's gonna pick it up for pennies. Sounds like we're ready to rock. Quality's good, but it needs more bass. And treble. And volume. I better not crank it up anymore. I really don't want to blow this thing out again. Here's an oldie, but a goodie. A 1, 2, 3. And now, something your kids are really gonna like. Doc, where are you? Whatever you say. Rock on, Biff. Einstein! Where do you come from, boy? Didn't you bring Doc with you? Okay, Doc, I know I haven't seen you in a few months, but I'm pretty sure this isn't your shoe. Automatic retrieval? He's in trouble. That's it? Aren't you gonna tell me when that is? Right. Last time departed. A bullet. Oh, great. How am I supposed to find him now? What do you know about this shoe, Einie? Great Scott! I think he's onto something. Now that is a dangerous amp. Doc? Oh, jeez. Come on. Crap! Biff. I can't leave the DeLorean now. Doc's waiting for me in 1931. I better stick around. Doc might have left something important behind, and he wouldn't want it to end up at Biff's place. I can't leave until I get Doc's notebook back from Biff. Fine, Dad. Feels like that was taken a lifetime ago. Actually, I guess it was. I don't think the notebook could fit in any of these clocks. Oh man, half of them already gone. Wonder if there's anything else of mine for sale in here. It doesn't look like Doc's notebook's in here, but maybe I could put on something to cheer me up. It's a costume. Tonight's the big Halloween party. It's my uniform. Didn't I tell you? I got a job. Yeah. No. Didn't I tell you? I got the lead in the school play. We're doing... Right. I hope so. How'd you know? You'll barely know I was gone. Thanks, Dad. You ready to go, Einstein? That's right, you're an old hand at all this. Or, paw. I think I would have noticed a notebook in there. And it's definitely not something Claire would wear. Nah, I guess I'm just... remembering. What the... Is that Doc's notebook in there? Doc built this model at downtown Hill Valley, way back in 1955. The clock tower in the courthouse even works. Let's make some noise. But I feel like I'm on the right track. This one goes to 11. Looks like the time circuits still work. Now I only need to know when to look for Doc. I probably shouldn't fiddle with the time circuits again until I know when to look for Doc. I can use those to enter a date into the time circuits. Seems kinda empty without the courthouse. Flux capacitor, fluxy. Time circuits, on. The time circuits are already on. I've got to turn on the time circuits first. Okay, if Doc's gonna get killed on June 14th, 1931, I'll just show up the day before and get him out. I hope you know what you're doing, Doc. Hey, what's that? All 20 minutes slow. Some things never change. Looks like a hand-crank lightning rod, or maybe a lightning-powered pencil sharpener. I'll probably never know what this is for. Doc must have whipped up some crazy compounds in that cauldron. It smells like beef stew. A fish tank? I never knew Doc raised fish. Looks like pond scum. Hope that wasn't poison gas or anything. I'll probably never know what this is for. I miss Einstein. Doc's fish had weird taste in decor. Kinda like Doc. Doc sure did love his Jules Verne. I wonder why Doc didn't take any of these with him. Feels like that was a lifetime ago. Nah, I guess I'm just... remembering. Once I know when to look for Doc. Psst, Doc! You sent for me, Doc! Psst, Doc! Psst, Doc! So how'd you wind up in jail in 1931 anyway? The fire at the speakeasy. That's horrible. Why don't we tell the authorities? Why don't I take the DeLorean, go back in time before you were arrested, and stop you from getting caught in the first place? Jeez, we've been back together for 5 minutes, Doc, and you're already talking about the end of the universe. I've missed that. Why don't we try to tough it out? Now that we know what's coming, maybe we sneak it past the gangsters with a bulletproof vest or something. Who writes like that? Hey, maybe I could talk to the gangsters. Tell them they're about to shoot the wrong guy. You've lost me, Doc. Great, I'll just run back to your lab and... You have a rocket-powered drill? Well, I suppose I could just get some dynamite and break you out of jail. What's it? How the hell am I supposed to sneak a half-finished rocket-powered drill into your cell? Wait a minute, Doc. You want me to convince your 1931 self to build a rocket-powered drill to break you out of jail? Won't talking to yourself cause, irreparable damage to the space-time continuum or something? How am I supposed to convince your younger self to finish the rocket drill? Just tell him I need to break his older self out of jail? Then what am I supposed to... Okay, let's say I go along with this crazy idea. Where can I find you? I mean, the other you. Soup Kitchen. Got it. May 14th, 1986. So what's our plan for getting you out of here? Yeah, you might want to hold off on that, Doc. Why would they do that? We don't. So basically, I traveled 50 years into the past to deliver your car? Very funny, Doc. Maybe now we should come up with a plan? Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine out of another DeLorean? Where'd the DeLorean come from? The last time I saw it had been smashed to pieces. So how are Clara and the kids? Me and Jennifer in 2011? Where have you been all this time? I missed you. I gotta admit, it was nice to not have my family history blowing up in my face for a few months. So, what were you doing in 1931 anyway? How do you remember this phone number after 50 years? So, according to the British guy on the phone, you're working at the courthouse. That doesn't sound like any fun. What does a law clerk do anyway? Well, I met your younger self, and I gotta say, you're kind of uptight. You won't even talk to me. I tried asking him about your rocket drill, but he says he's not a scientist. The expo? So, it was a big success? Why does your younger self mutter all the time? What does this expo have to do with you muttering all the time? I don't know, h to the something with an inverse of something else. I'm not so good at equations. What's he got to do with this? That sucks. What do I do to convince Teen Doc that I'm not a spy? I still can't figure out what your younger self is muttering about. Your younger self needs 190 proof booze to fuel his rocket drill. I know, we're both underage. I'm kidding, Doc. It was a joke. Guess what? In order to free up your younger self to complete the rocket drill, I'm gonna have to serve my own grandfather with a subpoena. Actually, his name's Arthur. He's Kid Tannen's accountant. Could be catastrophic. I know, got it. Guess who I bumped into at the soup kitchen? My grandfather. Sylvia. Don't worry, I didn't talk to him or change his future or anything. I wish I could, though. This era's Tannen is treating him like dirt. What's the story with this Kid Tannen jerk anyway? I'm still not making any headway with your younger self, Doc. You know, your younger self seems really dedicated to the law. Let's talk about your younger self's problems later. The usual. You lead a pretty unusual life, Doc. Yeah, that's why it took so long to get here. The last time Departed display was shot to heck. Hey, do you have any idea how a bullet got lodged in the DeLorean? Einstein took it from her. I found one of Edna Strickland's shoes in the DeLorean. I hate to tell you, Doc, but your last time Departed display is on the fritz. Wait, if Biff will be born in 1938 and Kid will be in prison, got any advice for dealing with Kid Tannen? I guess I better get started. Don't worry, Doc, I'll get you out of here in no time. Hang in there, Doc. Sounds like a fun gal. That would explain a lot. She thinks you're a hero for burning down that speakeasy. She's doing a story on you. What do you know about Edna Strickland? You got any words of wisdom for talking to Edna? I know this really isn't the right time or place, but I found your notebook. Because the bank's selling off all your stuff. That's what I keep trying to tell him. Where'd the DeLorean come from? The last time I saw it had been smashed to pieces by a train. Really? But how'd you... I should have guessed. That's a busy 3 hours. But isn't that a little, dangerous? Yeah? What? So that DeLorean... Heavy. So, Doc, does this ring a bell? Young? Yeah, but what are you muttering about? Won't giving him the answer mess up the time stream? So, what was H again? Got it. Doc! I'm looking for a guy named Arthur McFly. He's my, sort of a relative. Since you're Arthur's boss, you know where he is, right? Where's the office? So, when do you think Arthur will be leaving the office? Isn't that Arthur McFly's hat you're holding? Could I buy Arthur's hat off you? I guess you won't talk about your business. Isn't a soup kitchen an odd line of business for a guy like you? How come you won't let the Stay Sober Society hold their meeting in the cellar of your soup kitchen? Hey, I represent United Charities of Hill Valley. Can you authorize me to pick up soup from your establishment and deliver it to some very deserving souls? About that Carl Sagan guy. I'm sure he wasn't the one who burned down your speakeasy, social club. Edna Strickland thinks your soup kitchen might not be on the up and up. How's that? Shiny enough? Can I have some peanuts? I sure could go for some peanuts. Don't mind if I do. On second thought, I'm not hungry. So one more thing about that hat. About Arthur McFly. Listen, Emmett, you don't know me, but I'm your friend. Come on, wait up a minute. Will you just give me a chance? What's this important business you're up to? You have no idea what it's about, do you? Come on, Doc. Emmett, drop the Legal Eagle Act. I got something more important for you to do. Your dad tell you that? So, Emmett, what time are you through with work? 9 at night? But today's Saturday. How about you knock off work early and I'll buy you a beer or soda? What do you say? Sounds like you're a little scared of your father. Listen, I understand you're working on a new invention in your lab. Okay, so you don't want your old man to know. That's fine. Listen, we all keep secrets, but I'm telling you, you can level with me about this science project of yours. What does E equal? Come on, you could trust me, Doc. Emmett, it's your future I'm looking out for, in more ways than one. I'm talking about you and science. Emmett, about the leg bone's connected to the thigh bone? It's true. I'm a scientist. See, I'm sort of in the science business myself. That's why I sought you out. Maybe H equals the Hamiltonian operator. I said maybe H equals the... Yeah, time independent, of course. I'm sure you would have figured it out by yourself in a day or two, the way you figured out how to build that rocket-powered drill. Well, it's like this. What? Can I see your rocket-powered drill? Nah, that's no good. I need to see a full-size model. That's fully operational. Tonight. Otherwise, we'll have to award the patent to a competing inventor, Dr. McCoy. I'll get it for you. What is it? Yes, is it vitally important you deliver that subpoena today? Listen, I'll help you deliver it, and I'll see to it you get the alcohol you need. If it'll help you get that drill finished by tonight. Deal? I've got to subpoena my grandpa? Don't you get it? You need alcohol to run your drill, right? Those bootleggers at the soup kitchen won't let us get our hands on any of their hooch, but we can get Miss Strickland to pick it up for us and deliver it right to your door. Why? They're a bunch of really great guys. They're really polite. They're sober. It says so right in the name. So get your dad a pair of earplugs. What's wrong with a little noise? It'll be like a party. They'll be quiet. You'll be quiet, right? You hear that? But what? But I promised Miss Strickland. It means so much to her. But think of the Stay Sober Society. What'll happen to them? Okay, forget the whole thing. We don't have to test your rocket-powered drill tonight. No, I'll take the train back to Washington and I'll tell the folks at the office to give the patent to Dr. McCoy. There's gotta be a way. We'll get that subpoena delivered. Or my name isn't... Yeah. We'll score that hooch somehow. Don't worry, Emmett. We'll get that subpoena delivered. You have to deliver a lot of subpoenas? If serving subpoenas is such dirty work, why don't you just say no? You could get shot. What do you know about Arthur McFly? How did he get mixed up with a guy like Kid Tannen? How about Kid Tannen? What do we know about him? Yep, that's a Tannen, all right. This might be a stupid question, but couldn't you have designed your rocket-powered drill to run on a fuel that, isn't illegal? But couldn't you tweak your engine design a little so it runs on something else? I don't know, gas maybe? Some of us down at the patent office are wondering, what made you think of a rocket-powered drill? Yeah, that's kind of what we figured. Have you read The Time Machine? This subpoena's for Arthur McFly? For a few seconds in the soup kitchen, but I think he's gone back into hiding. Especially now that someone's blown up the speakeasy. You worry too much, Emmett. Now all we gotta do is serve that subpoena, and we're off to build your rocket drill. Yeah, your patent. Well, we've served the subpoena and gotten a barrel of booze delivered to your house. Looks like we're off to your lab to build your rocket drill. You do have a lab, right? Why do you have to be so gullible, Doc? Any idea where we could find Artie? I read about it, yeah. Who? Me? How'd Doc get himself into... Doc is his nickname. I'm good friends with Carl. Well, I'm not so big on bomb blasts. I don't know. I think a little dirt gives it character. There's got to be some sort of mistake here. Carl wouldn't do something like that. You can mark me down as a supporter. Ask him where I can get the address. Yeah, tell him, go ahead, make my day. No, not really. Yeah, it's Bruce Springsteen, Sonny Crockett, Joe Montana, Harry Callahan, Morgan Fairchild. Einstein, no, down boy. What's got into you? Doc, I gotta find Doc. I know. I met you back. I mean, I'm familiar with your work. Hey, Miss Strickland, what's the scoop? You make hot soup deliveries? Hey, I can help you deliver soup. I donate a lot of time to charities. The, Mario Brothers. Yeah? As a matter of fact, I do know a local charity that's running low on soup. You asked me to tell you if one of the local charities is running low on soup. The orphanage. The farm for unwanted children. The rest home. The insane asylum. The Stay Sober Society. Never mind, I'm wrong. The pool hall isn't a charity. No, I was just asking to make sure. Did you finish the story you interviewed me for? About Carl Sagan? I'm sorry about the way Einstein lit into you back there. I don't know what got into him. Yeah, I found someone to keep him distracted. What's the Stay Sober Society? I know a place where the Stay Sober Society can meet. You can meet in the park. You can meet over there in the jailhouse. I think they have an empty cell. You can meet in the speakeasy, the one that got bombed last Wednesday. The Brown residence. Yeah, I happen to be good friends with his son Emmett, and he's told me the judge would love to lend his place out for, good causes like yours. I know an apartment that's empty, but you'd have to break in. If you'll just fix it so I can pick up the barrels of soup. Michael Corleone. I got a book. Any ideas about how to get the hooch? The alcohol, Emmett. You're probably right, but which ones? Specific gravity. Come on, Emmett. Kids goons aren't going to let us do an experiment on their barrels. What? Ask him if any of his barrels are filled with illegal moonshine? Get real here. Subtlety. Right. All right, I think I figured out which barrels have the hooch. He's not just going to give me a barrel. Excellent, Doc. Emmett, did you see that? The hooch is in place. Now we just need Edna to come pick it up and deliver it. Emmett, buddy, relax. Now what could go wrong? Emmett, geez, you're stressing me out here. No, of course not. That would be stupid, right? Still, I'd like to get that door open. I can't do anything from out here. Emmett, I can't get into the door over there. Those tables are jamming it shut. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, good job. So, how did you know this place was a speakeasy? Can we do something about it? Why not? Obviously, this kitchen isn't the speakeasy. Right, that might explain the elevator. Just listen up for a second. Huddle up, Emmett. Emmett. Hey, Arthur, can you come down a minute? It's me again. Please come down. Yeah, I'm your mother's great nephew. Subscription to the Accountant Weekly. He won't come out if he knows why we're really here. We've got something for you. We represent the law. We've got some important information for you, but we can't yell it. It's private. I'm not a hooligan, ma'am. I'm a teenager. Yeah? Well, see, that's the thing. I'm not sure why I'm here. Einstein here brought me, and E. Strickland. You aren't related to, Vice Principal Strickland, are you, ma'am? Yes, what's old man what else has your brother been saying about me? Can you let me in? I've got something to show you. Miss Strickland? Excuse me, Miss Strickland? Don't let me keep you from your business. Do you remember when you lost your shoe? A speakeasy? In Hill Valley? Can you tell me, do you remember exactly when the speakeasy burned down? Wow, a speakeasy. That must have been wild. Is it true they used to drink gin out of slippers like my grandma said? So where was it? That speakeasy that burned down, I mean. No, I'm just curious, that's all. I'm a student of history. Miss Strickland? Huh? Doing some stargazing? So the video store building must have gone up after the speakeasy burned down. What's with all these newspapers? Get out! Every single issue? Why do you need all these newspapers? Isn't that the library's job? I guess somewhere in these stacks there must be an article about the speakeasy burning down. Any idea what date that article came out? That shoe over there. But, Miss Strickland? Hey, Dad. Find anything interesting? I'm telling you, this sale is a joke. Doc's only been gone for a few months, and I happen to know. You got Doc wrong. Sure, maybe he's not so good with money. That's just because his mind's always on bigger things. But he's still a straight-up guy. He'd never run away from his problems. What's Biff doing here? He wasn't a friend of Doc's. No, it's one of Doc's notebooks. Yeah, he found it first, but he's got this thing, see, and I really need to get it back. Or something. Do you think dreams can predict the future? I guess, but I feel like it was telling me something. Oh, just weird stuff about Doc. Yeah, that notebook is Doc's legacy. I've got an obligation to protect it. It's just, I'm afraid some really bad stuff's gonna go down if I don't get Doc's notebook back from Biff. Well, about Biff, Dad, I know you're trying to help. So can I. I've had a few run-ins with Biff too, Dad. Believe me, I can handle him. Who's running this sale anyway? You. Why? I'll keep looking around. Thanks, Dad. Hey, Biff. He's not. What are you doing here? Doc's not dead, he's still around. I'm looking for something, in particular. Never mind. Never mind. I just can't let you keep that notebook. It's dangerous. Well, in a way. It's just a notebook with Doc's scribblings. What did Doc ever accomplish? Then it's worthless, right? I only want that notebook because, well, I'm sentimental. It's like a piece of Doc. That notebook wouldn't mean anything to you. You wouldn't even understand what's in it. I'll pay you for it. You and my folks go way back. So how about letting me have that model courthouse for old time's sake? Can I see that model courthouse for just a second? I need to get something out of it. Oh, ha, but really, can I? Come on, I saw it first. Look over there. Excuse me. Ahem. So this place used to be a soup kitchen. Right. What's a tough guy like Kid Tannen doing running a soup kitchen? It's speakeasy. Ugh, what kind of soup is this? It tastes like... I was gonna say week-old cabbage. Why's the soup in a barrel? Are those all cabbage soup? Don't you have any other kinds of soup? What about those barrels? What kind of soup is that? What's special about it? A soup for grown-ups? Can I have a barrel of that soup? What about those barrels? Can I take one of those? Edna? So, if I need one of these barrels, then... Salt? I just think I could use a little more salt. Parsley? It might help to, complement the mellow flavor of the cabbage. Giving the soup a little heat, maybe? No, I mean, like chili powder. Muy caliente. Come on, a little dash isn't gonna kill anyone. I've still got some questions about all these barrels. Why can't I have any of that soup from the rack? If I could just have a small jug of that. Okay, I've got some more ideas about your soup. Let's see. Have you tried paprika? Salt? Oh, right. It could use a bit more, though. More paprika? Why not? More parsley? More chili powder? I can handle it. I just think it could use a little color. Trust me. Mind if I look around a bit? I still think the soup needs more flavor. I keep this picture of my dad to remind me that even the most hopeless losers can grow up to be pretty cool guys. I love my dad and grandpa, but I'm kinda happy I get my looks from mom. Nothing's changed. I guess I haven't messed up my dad's future yet. My grandpa may be a little wimpy, but he's got great taste in hats. Brown Estate, Klondike 51038. Now where's that soup kitchen? It's a hubcap! A guy could get hurt with one of these things. It's a tire iron! It's too bad my skateboard's back in 1986. I bet I could really catch some air with these guys. Great, I've got Doc's notes. Now what? This notebook has all of Doc's plans for the flux capacitor and the DeLorean. I'd better make sure it never falls into the wrong hands. And by wrong hands, I mostly mean Biff. Doc must have built this sometime after we met in 1955. It's funny how he never mentioned it. I've got to go back to June 13th to rescue him. According to this, Doc's gonna get killed on June 14th, 1931. If this newspaper's right, I should be able to find Doc in jail. But where was the jail in 1931? Oh, now that's just not fair. Maybe not. Heavy. Sweet. Nah, I don't think so. Not sure what that'll do. After all the trouble I went through getting this thing, there's no way I'm letting it out of my sight. Doc's notebook doesn't belong to them. Doc's notebook doesn't belong to him. Okay, actually, it does belong to him, but not yet. In any event, it's probably a really bad idea to give him a book full of all the things he hasn't invented yet. I'm sure Doc wouldn't want me waving tomorrow's newspaper in front of the natives. I'd better keep an eye on this. It's really my only way of keeping track of Doc's fate. I don't think Doc would appreciate me whacking his dog in the nose. It's a good idea, but I already know where my dad is. And when. I don't think that picture's gonna do anything but confuse people. Arthur's already a little freaked out. I think showing him a picture of his yet-to-be-born son could turn him into a vegetable. I don't think that would be interested in Arthur's hat. I don't want to mess up my picture of Dad like that. I don't want to shoot that. I could break it. I really don't think they need to know the Brown family phone number. If I'm going to catch up with that paddy wagon, I'll need a rocket-powered vehicle. Why on earth would I want to whack that with a tire iron? I don't think throwing the hubcap at that would do any good. In that wacky dream, Doc's notebook was in the clock tower. Where's the band going to practice after City Hall tears this place down? I wonder if it's too late to do a benefit concert to save the lab. I wonder if I can use the power of rock to get Biff to drop Doc's notebook. Man, Biff's a jerk. Huh, I wonder if I can make that work for me. Jeez, Dad, way to not let me fight my own battles. Maybe now I can get Biff to put down Doc's notebook long enough to grab it. Last time I cranked up that amp, it blew me across the room. Doc? Need some help getting out of there, Doc? I hope you left a message for me, Doc, because this is weird. Is that it? One message in a broken time machine? It's too bad you're not a bloodhound, boy. Hey, what's that shoe all about, Einie? What do you think, Einstein? You think I should ring the bell? This is the weirdest version of Cinderella ever. I'd better show her the shoe before she calls the cops on me. If I knew when the video store building was rebuilt, I'd be closer to figuring out when Doc is. No, I've got to get my hands on those newspapers. Jeez, it's hot in here. Keep looking, McFly. Hold on, Doc, I'm coming. Let's see if I remember this right. Ignition, time circuits, set destination, 88 miles per hour. Simple. What am I waiting for? Doc's about to be killed in 1931. Where is the jail in 1931 anyway? I can sightsee later. Right now, I've got to find the Doc. Guess I better go to that soup kitchen and call Doc's house. Young Doc's in the courthouse. I hope I'll be able to recognize him. Man, young Doc mumbles even more than old Doc. I'll never be able to remember what young Doc's mumbling about. I should record some samples of old-timey people talking and use it in a new song. I better tell young Doc the solution to that formula before I forget it. I bet Tannen knows where my grandpa's hiding. Tannen said he was gonna go make himself look irresistible. Man, those peanuts are making me hungry. I'll never get my grandpa's hat back while Tannen's eating those peanuts. Okay, I've got grandpa's hat. Now what? If I'm gonna deliver that subpoena, I'll probably have to ring Arthur's doorbell. Tannen's not too bright. Maybe I could trick him into dragging Grandpa out in the open. Jeez, why are the Tannens always so loud? And stupid? Whoops. I hope Arthur's still where I left him. Calm down, Marty. Okay, you could do this. Just do what the crazy teenage inventor tells you. I need some wheels to go after that paddy wagon, and fast wheels. I need something to open that door. Where am I going to find booze in the middle of Prohibition? Maybe I should look for some drunks. There's more to that soup kitchen than meets the eye. I can't keep that kitchen door open by myself. There's something fishy about that soup kitchen. This hat belongs to my grandfather. It may not look like much, but it packs a wallop. It's an antenna. These better open the paddy wagon or we're screwed. This time-traveling shoe is my only clue to finding Doc. I need to get this subpoena into Arthur McFly's hands, so young Doc will have the time to help me bust old Doc out of jail. I don't want to record them right now. Who's he calling scrawny? Doc will want to hear this. I've swapped the soup out with the booze. Now I've just got to figure out a way to get it to Emmett. Awesome. Cool. Rad. Nice antique. Well, in a few years. Grandma had one of those. Maybe that one. The 80s has better gadgets, but the 30s got style. Jennifer'd like that. She's into old stuff. Whoa! Better not touch that. That looks like something to stay away from. I hope they ask about the 30s on my history exam. Doc will flip when he hears his own voice. I've got to get Doc's notebook back from Biff. I've got to figure out a way to help Doc. I wonder if old Doc would know what young Doc is mumbling about. All right, I'm ready. Whoa. Okay. Right, check, Doc. You got that thing hooked up to the car? Hot Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Doc, you disintegrated Einstein. Where the hell are they? Ah, jeez. Doc, you disintegrated Einstein. Ah, ow. Doc, what happened to the car? Ah, Doc, what the heck was that? Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean? Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Doc. What are you talking about? A time machine? Wait a minute. Wait a minute, Doc. Is this right? I thought your time machine was a flying train. Doc? Flux capacitor? What the heck's a flux capacitor? Doc, something's way off here. Consequences could be catastrophic? Whoa, deja vu. Doc, shouldn't we get out of here before the Libyans show up?
Let's see. Is mass equals I times Z, and E equals the square root of Z times C squared, and the flux dispersal rate is inversely proportional to the fourth root of N, carry the 9, then...
What's in the box? But, plutonium? I'm not getting near that. Notebook. Got it. Yeah, okay, got it. Wait a minute. You put your dog in a time machine made out of a DeLorean? Doc, what happened to Einstein? Where's the car, Doc? No! Yeah, Mom, it was just a nightmare. Yeah, Mom, it was just a nightmare. I was in the past, and Doc was there. Huh? Holy crap, I'm late! Doc, what is it? Doc, come back! Doc! Doc! Doc, come back. I'm late!